Alright, so what if I told you that a gang stalking neighbor could train his pigeons to shit on my car on command? You'd probably call me nuts. It's kind of crazy sounding, isn't it? What if I told you that then aside from that, this gang stalking neighbor, or suspected of, is also point man for harassment of my neighbors directly across the street from me? What if I told you all of that? Better yet, I'm going to try and show it to you. So the first thing I'm showing you here is the next door neighbor's backyard. He's like one of these dudes that arrived here from Cuba recently and stuff like that. And anybody from Miami knows that sometimes religious Cubans might keep livestock or birds and stuff in the back for religious sacrificial purposes. I'm not saying this is what he does, but he has these pigeons in the back. He does let them go, and they do fly laps around the house. It's really amusing. I will try and get the video of that one day as well and post it on here. So this is a shot of his backyard, and he had one pigeon in there when I took the picture of in one of this. You can see it right there under that leaf thing. All right, so then we go outside. Oops. All right, so then we go outside and we take a look at my car, and we have a bird shit stain right on that passenger side deal right there on the top. And if you look over to the rear passenger on the left, there's a bird shit stain there. Let me see if I can get a little closer on that. You see one up to the top and one to the left. And it's like, Alex, birds shit everywhere. It can't be the neighbor. And that's what someone, anybody would think that. I would think that. But now here we go to this video. So, first of all, this is that day with the American flag that the other two cars crisscrossed in front of me when Donald Trump was in town. This happened earlier that day. So now, what you're gonna see is, here goes the bird on the top. It just flew in from the backyard. Here goes the first red car coming by. Here goes the guy, waving at some random car that came by. So he followed the bird outside to essentially walk the bird. Now look at the bird. Landing right above my car, playing with another bird. These birds actually fly around and chase each other. It's the most, if you like animals, it's cute. But if it's being done to you because of some gang stalk, it's kind of annoying. So, but what I also realized while watching this video is now look at the amount of cars that show up following my neighbor right across the street. They both get home at the same time. So typically what these people do is 2 minutes out of you getting home, all of them start taking some type of position. So this guy's here, he's looking over in my direction. Look, just look at this guy's body language very carefully. He looked over at him while this neighbor was showing up. He waves at him. That neighbor tried to block this neighbor from showing up and pulling in. Now look how he's motioning with his hands to this direction, either me or the lady that just pulled in. Now look at the slew of cars. Slowing down right here in the front. Look at him. Now, what's gonna happen here is that some guy on the ATV is gonna go by. He's gonna reach the end of the block, and then this guy, my neighbor, is gonna give him some type of signal stating that my property is the property to come in front of, or right here, and rev the engine in his little motor, which was very loud, I might add. So let's see. So now the lady gets home across the street, she's home, right? Meanwhile, the birds are flying around doing what they're gonna do, possibly shitting on her car. Now, sit there and wait. Now, her husband or someone else is gonna arrive at that house, and when that guy arrives in the house, you're gonna see the slew of cars. Again, no cars. This guy's standing outside watching. There goes the bird right over my car, right above my car on the power line. Watch this guy, watch the bird, and watch the street. I know it's a lot, but these are subtle little attacks. right on top of my car, taking a shit on it. Right? Now, pay attention to what happens when that guy gets home across the street. The same thing that happened when that lady got home across the street. There's no light in that corner. There goes the ATV, and now watch the guy, my neighbor. Boom. He's motioning. Look, he looks into my property right here. This is the house right here. So now look, the neighbor's getting home. Look at the crisscross with the red and white car. Look at how he gets home. Look at the people following him. Even he kind of notices. And the ATV comes back. Even he, look at his demeanor. Boom. Alright, so now you're going to notice, I think you already happened as I was looking at him. When the bird flies away, the man looks up. My neighbor looks at the bird flying away. Now look at this, observe this person with the yellow shirt. He is coming across the street. I believe he's the one signaling to this guy that the stock is over. And here he goes, back inside. The bird is gone, the neighbors are home, and he's gone. Now I don't know if the yellow guy across the street was actually signaling anything. But all this movement went down as soon as that guy came outside. Those neighbors came home. The bird came outside and shot my car. Went back to his house, his cage, and the guy walked right back inside. Now, look what happens a few minutes later. Alright, well, it should switch. Alright, here we go. So now, a few minutes later, this guy is leaving his house. Across the street, they're leaving. No cars have come by. I probably should have played 32 to 48, but that's like 16 minutes if my math is wrong. I'm sorry, and I don't want to let you guys make you guys sit through all that. So about 16 minutes later, buddy across the street is about to leave. The red car is leaving, signaling that this guy is walking on his door because that guy is parked there. The red car's been parked there forever. The guy walks out the door, and as they get into the car, notice the slew of cars that attempt to block him from exiting his driveway. Because that's what they do. They block you when you leave, when you get home, they all circle you. Here goes the first one. Slowly, right in front of you. As soon as those lights turn white, like he's going to pull out, like that right there, I think it's a small screen, so I'm guessing. And here goes the other one. Boom. Now he's going to try, and here goes this one, nice and slow to hold him in there. And now he's finally able to go up. America's under attack. And I believe we have been overrun by a bunch of fucking commie, liberal, social justice warrior, all types of people that have come to usurp our Constitution and our republic. Gang stalkers, you will be found. Gang stalkers, you will be dealt with. Karma's a bitch.